Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Medium by Design as I continue the Jesus Chronicles series. This one I'll just go right into as I spoke about how I do this in a previous video. So let's just get into what Jesus had to share with us. Yes, I was there when you were joking about how you would be yelling at me when you came back if you and your friends did not get to receive and enjoy many of the promises of things to come before you each left the earth. Frankly, I don't blame you for being frustrated. If you recall, as a man who understood clearly what I was on earth to do, I had many moments of anger and frustration simply because what I was trying to convey was not understood or followed or received much at all. I had many moments of complete bewilderment of this human condition and the attachment to remaining the same in the dark and quite often suffering for no apparent reason. You and I had many discussions about the human condition and the seemingly ignorant way people live their lives literally with no clue why they are even alive. This deeper understanding of life often got us into trouble because we were seen as a threat to the establishment who, at the time, were calling all the shots on how society would or would not move forward. These circumstances have not changed. Perhaps not at all since that time. Yes, there are many advances and much more personal creativity, as well as many more avenues of expression. This is a wonderful fact of living during this time. People are much more open to explore their mind, body, spirituality, and the nature of human existence much more than ever before. These are all good advances in the human condition. If, however, you observe the actual numbers of people living and using these powers of creativity and exploration, although much larger than my time, they are still relatively small in comparison to the world population, and this is where this year, this change of human development becomes so imperative. We believe from our dimensional perspective that this is the perfect time to implement a mass change in consciousness, and more importantly, personal creative power. What I mean to say is that the awakening that so many keep talking about is so much more than the words I am observing people sharing by so many, being shared by so many. The part that is not being talked about enough or taught or explained enough is how these changes are affecting the human body. Most of the information you see about the body is about scientific breakthroughs. It is still not easily comprehended that the human body is the power transmitter, and the body is becoming a much more powerful vessel to be utilized to create more of the world each of you wishes to see. On a much more watered down level, when you hear people speak of co-creating, that is the consciousness of creating with the conscious knowing you are connected with God's Spirit. Even that wording is so elementary because it does not address the physical phenomenon of what you feel in the body as you are creating. That flow that you, Salvatore, speak of so frequently has such a tangible felt reaction and creates much greater tangible results that, if more people understood, they could not only tap into this power, but actually utilize and feel it throughout their entire being. This is how I walked the planet when we were all together. I could tangibly feel God's light flowing through my body, and that is how I got to demonstrate the real power available to us all. Using it to heal was the most dramatic way to demonstrate this power at the time, and we see what a threat that was seen as. Now, though, this power is being utilized to create so much more. The simple catch, though, to having this power move freely through each and every one is maturity. I know this sounds almost silly, but as you see, there are many humans who still behave like little children, reacting to every little piece of information, insult, accusation, and whatever else they perceive as a problem, threat, or simply something that pushes their buttons. To utilize this power, there must be a level of maturity to know how to use this power for the betterment of one's life as well as the life of others. In spiritual teaching, this was once called initiation. Today, however, there are very few conscious initiates that are working on rising up the ranks of understanding. In order to circumnavigate around this lack of interest, understanding, and simply ignorance to the facts of the universal teachings, we have decided to use mainstream venues to get this information out much more freely. This was the original intention behind the internet, to allow individuals to find their soul was assisting them to keep personal evolution moving. Did I miss something there? This was the original intention behind the internet, to allow individuals to find what their soul was assisting them to find to keep personal evolution moving. Even this idea seemed ingenious at the time, but as you know, not everyone got on board, including your parents, to really want to learn or grow in themselves. No need to be discouraged. Everyone is changing course during this time. Some will definitely get the bug of excitement and open to the immense possibilities available. Others will still view the world as falling apart and becoming a, quote, shithole, as some would say. And yes, this is Jesus' words. I do not edit this, and he talks very frank to me. This could not be further from the truth, as this is the fact I wish for you to share on a much broader scale. Changing the world requires mass changes in perception, and you as well as many others will continue to be led to positions where you will be heard, followed, and respected. This is your natural course of events. After learning, studying, letting go, and gaining the understandings you have obtained, your level of maturity has reached that point where you can share and be easily understood on that tangible level that others can use what you give and put it into practical practice immediately. This is what changes societies. Don't be shy anymore. Bring and share what you wish and continue to move on. Leave others enlightened, bewildered, happy, sad, even triggered. None of that matters to you. You are here to bring what you have to share, enjoy your own road, and allow others to draw their own conclusions. No more need to clarify, coax, sell, or even try and inspire. Nope. Just bring what you have and leave for all to see. This is why I have slowly led you to develop your public presence, both in groups and now with YouTube. Facebook still remains viable, but the tangible benefit, support, and financial gain will come through YouTube as well as other avenues that you have not discovered yet. Yes, there is more to come. Stay tuned. So as you see, I read to you what I got, even the personal stuff. I don't hold it back because this shows you that I walk my talk, that I'm doing these videos because I was guided to do these videos, and that there's a promise that this will be a benefit for me and you. So I'm going to continue the series. I hope that you receive something from this. And as I said on a previous video, if you want to be supportive of this work, if you think it has value, the simplest thing to do is to press like. If you want to go further in your support, you can press follow. You can follow on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. If you want to go even further, you can use my PayPal button. You can use Zelle, with my phone number or email address. And I think that even, I don't know if I have Venmo. I think that works too. So I'm just putting this at the end. If you feel there's value, if you feel this is helping you or could help others, you can share this information once the video's out. This is it. The cat's out of the bag. So I can't retract myself, can I? So, I just want to share on a personal note, this is a big step for me. I said this on a previous video and many other times, that I have a very, very unique, intimate relationship with Spirit that I absolutely love. And I have now gotten to the point where I refuse to accept any disruption from anyone doing this work. So, so that's why, I just spend a lot of time alone to do this. I have to be alone to do this. It's just the way it is. The flow is so perfect when I spend the time alone. And of course I get even more when I'm doing a meditation. And I love it. This is one area that is not something I have to, I can't manipulate it. I can't control it. All I can do is allow whatever's going to happen with me to happen. And whatever writing is going to come through. And if I get visions, that's even better. So, I would leave you with, if you haven't started a spiritual practice, or you haven't allowed time to meditate, or just to rest during your day, just to take a break and to zone out in some way, I would strongly suggest you do that, especially as a representation of a loving act to yourself. The one thing that Jesus and many of the other ones keep telling us is to protect your nervous system, to take care of yourselves. And that take care of yourself is a very general phrase, but discernment is in there, detachment is in there, rest is in there. There's so many levels to taking care of yourself. And for me, spending time alone, resting, writing is at the top of the list. And there are many other things I do. But this is big stuff, especially when you come from being a type A personality, a to-do list person, a goal list person. Our society teaches us that you must have goals and you must be productive. Well, you also must give your system a break to integrate information, to change your DNA, to evolve as a being. And those things sometimes require a stop, a rest, a pause. And really, this period that we're going through, where many souls are leaving the planet for multiple experiences and multiple reasons, if nothing else, that can be a wake-up call to what are our highest values and how can I incorporate that more into my life? And that's what I want to leave you with, just contemplating during this time of how do I want to move forward? What areas do I need to tune up? Do I need to let go? Do I need to release? How can I take more steps? Or what are those steps to represent the love that I have for myself? Because the more I love myself, the more love I can share in the world. And really, that is huge, so much bigger than you know. And I know it's a big one. It's not easy for people to look in the mirror and smile at themselves and tell themselves how much they love themselves. But the truth is, we are vessels. We hold the light of spirit. We allow the light of spirit to flow through us the more we're open to that. And the light of spirit truly is love. It's pure love. So the more we do this, the more we spread the love, the more we shine our light in whatever ways. See, that's the other thing. The spiritual work, the private work you do in order to be more in your daily life. That's what this is. You're encompassing more light in your body. So when you're out in the world, you can share that light in whatever ways you are guided, your soul would like you to have the highest experience, right? So lately, just a little side thing, you know, I always have these little side stories. Lately, I've been working on my voice more. So this year was a greater level of, while spending so much time by myself, to really sing more songs and find songs that are good with my voice, and to really work on that. That's another part of my expression that you don't see very often, which may come out in a bigger way. Maybe I'll start doing videos of that. I don't know. I have many avenues of expression, and that's one that I've been working on this year. And I simply do these things for myself. I sing because I love to sing. I don't, you know, there is no big agenda to be on America's Got Talent. You know, I don't have that. But I do want to be a good singer, and I do enjoy singing. So, you know, if there's anything that you have found in yourself this year that you want to explore more, that's what we want to take into next year. We really want to take in what is our next level of expression. So, of course, I showed you in a previous video how I have all those lists every year of what I'd like to see happen in my world and what I would like to bring to the world and how I'd like to express and what I'd like to receive, all these things. And I must tell you that I still do that and I still have that, but I'm much more relaxed about it and very detached about it. I have my list and or multiple lists, and I keep a very, very loose attitude about these things. And I think the reason for that is because this period that we're going through is such a step back period for me to analyze, contemplate, ponder, look at, and adjust many things. And for those of you that follow me on Facebook, you saw the video of the garage sale. Now, I didn't know, that wasn't in my plan for this year. That was literally an inspiration. And then within a week of the prep, I had the sale. And it was one of the highlights. And you know I make fun of myself. I don't care. It's just, you know, I try to laugh even at myself and the things that I come out with and the things I come up with, which, and in this case, was that garage sale. So, you know, it's amazing when you really ask for your spirit, your I am presence, your soul, your God connection to come through and guide some steps. And stuff comes out of left field, you know, and that's the fun of life. That's the fun. That's why not being overly attached to the goals, the agendas, the lists, the whatever your thing is, you do those things, but then you let go and you ask, well, what is for my highest good today? What would benefit me today? You know, show me the steps that I need to follow today. And by doing that, you open up more and more doorways of experiences and opportunity. Even in this transition period, there still are many doors of opportunity opening up for many, many, many people. And we want to continue that in 2021. So blessings to everyone. As I said, if you enjoyed it, you got something, you know what to do to be supportive. And let's move forward and be looking up as we do. So thanks again for tuning in to The Medium by Design.